My top Tampa Bay, let's roll. It's game day. Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucs on the goal line, Bulls ride or die. From the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go. It's the JP Peterson Show. Hey, Tampa Bay.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up, kids? Welcome to the show, Petermans. We've got breaking news regarding Rays, Bolts, Bucs. The stadium vote is coming to an agenda near you very, very soon. So we will get into that. Good day to you. Timmy, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. It's only 102 right now in Dallas as I just took my dog out for the morning walk on my broken foot before the show. And
it sounds like a disaster waiting to happen right there.
Man, I've got all sorts of issues right now going on physically. Yeah, I'm a mess. Getting old sucks, you guys.
Oh, God. Don't I know it. But we got lots to get to today. We got big Rays win yesterday. That was a fun game to watch. Man, that was a fun game to watch yesterday. It was like it started at 6:05, so it was like a tweener game.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Keeps me from watching the evening news too. That's even better. So great action in that game. We got a little bit of Jorge Mateo, got a little bit of Sugar Shane, got a lot of Pete Alonso in that series. Dadgum. We love our homemade polar bear, but yeah, that dude is smoking hot. Keep it going as the Orioles host the Yankees now up in Baltimore. So that'll be great. But they came in here and, it was an interesting series. By the way, Big O show coming up right after this around 2:30, maybe a little bit early. We'll see. So we'll get into a ton of Rays stuff with him. He'll be joining us at the end of this show as well. But we'll hit the Rays early after yesterday's very eventful win. So we'll get to that. We got lots of Bucs news for you. Baker, in response to a question, and I had to follow up just to throw out some chum. You know how I like to do that when Baker gets going. But he's like, yeah, I think we're going to shock some people this year. And I was like, oh, what? What'd you say? Did you say shock? Can you please embellish? He's like, well, I'm embellishing, but we'll hear it. We got the interview. It's coming up. So Baker is confident. He is borderline cocky. Well, he is cocky, but
not borderline.
Like said,
yeah.
It's full on cocky. Yeah, it probably is. He's a prick, just like his GM says. He's a prick. So to everybody, you want him on your team, but if he's not, he's a prick.
Yeah.
So, but we love that. We absolutely love that in Baker, and I can't get enough of it myself. So why the hell you would not want to make this guy your long-term quarterback? I do not know, but that ain't my money. And he wasn't talking about it today. Nobody asked, so it was all ball. But very interesting interview with Baker, which we will get to. And right now I am chasing some interviews either with Bill Carlson, city commissioner, or Ken Hagan. Ken will not be able to join us, but he's sending me some info and or Ken Babby. So Bill Carlson may join us today as I do a little texting with him. Timmy,
producing on the air.
As you'd like, if you'd like to entertain the folks. What were your thoughts on yesterday's Rays win with Baker going five out save for Brian Baker?
What was the message that Big O sent us in our group chat? It said something about, at least there's one Baker that's a good priority on his team here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shots fired moment, but
one of our closers is getting paid, right?
Yeah, you knew the Rays were going to bounce back. It's just as we talked about, this series could have easily been 3-1 for the Rays, just as close as this thing was.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not a thing that you get too down about. We talked about this yesterday. You don't want to get too down about going 1-3 against a division rival, by the way. Yes, at home, but as you're coming back from a 9-game road trip, your first series at home, it's some of these guys, these newcomers, it's the first time they played at the Trop. that you acquired on that road trip at the trade deadline. So they're coming home for the first time playing in their new digs, and it's going to take some getting used to. So I don't have an issue with them going 1-3 at all.
No. And the way Sugar Shane was taken out of the game was entertaining, to say the least. He was not happy about that. He was on a pitch count coming back from the IL. Yeah. And you could just, as soon as, I don't even think the play was made. Like, I think it was a ground out, but Shane throws the pitch and he gets the out, or maybe it was a strike. I forget. But as soon as the out was recorded, he looks to the dugout and starts going like this to Cash and waving him off. Like, waving him off. And then he turns his back, and then you can see Cash coming out. And even in the post-game interview, it was a little dicey, but this is not the first rodeo for Shane McClanahan and Kevin Cash. This has gone on a lot. He never wants to come out of the game, and you can't leave it up to him when to come out of the game. It's up to the manager. I was it a little premature? Maybe, but I understand he was on a pitch count, so that's that.
He hasn't quite become the Pete Fairbanks quote machine, though, has he?
No. I don't. That's a lofty bar, my friend. Yeah, that's a lofty bar. What was it? The total suck? No, all-encompassing suck.
All-encompassing suck.
All-encompassing suck. Yes. All right. So here is your breaking news. Riri the city. Ken Hagan. I asked him, has the city scheduled to vote? And he said, hopefully schedule the votes today or tomorrow.
Oh,
or next week. City will vote first, then the county, likely same day or subsequent days. So we're looking at August 27th next week. Bill Carlson said, not scheduled yet, but hopefully Thursday we can put it on the docket for August 27th. So as I postulated a couple weeks ago, August 27th, the city would vote, and then the next day the county would vote. Ken Hagan's telling us they may vote right after them. So it might be time-wise by this Thursday. The city will vote, and then the county will vote. Wow.
And we feel good about this.
Wow. Though. We feel very good.
Yeah.
Hagan said this morning 85% on another show. I feel more confident than that because I know the city, the county's going to be good. The city, I think, is going to be good. Carlson might join us today. He's got a lunch, and he may be able to come on after the lunch. So late in the game, that'd be great because Big O will be here. Mm-hmm. So I just got this overwhelming feeling to me of like, are you serious? Like within a week? This thing could be done? Wow.
How about that?
Wow. It's crazy exciting. Crazy exciting. I mean, just, not for my own personal, gain. Because I just, I've championed this for a long, long time. It's not about me. Mm-hmm. But in my emotions, it's about me. But it's also very much about the city and getting baseball right, finally getting baseball right, and doing something that's not just about baseball, but it's about so much more, and which I always thought could be accomplished with the right ownership group. And all of that has come to fruition, or very close to coming to fruition. So yeah, I'm giddy. I told you when I talked to Babby last week, he was giddy, and he hasn't been giddy. He's been very serious for most of this. So I get a sense that even he feels that they're close. And this is not a giddy as in, we got, we slipped this through. It's man, this is something that we've really worked hard for. People finally understand the deal. We finally got great communication with the city, and we tweaked it, and we gave, the Rays from their original document, original MOU, have really, as I said they would, they've changed a lot. They've given a lot, as they should. This is a true partnership. It's a true partner. That's how the partnership works really well. If everybody comes away and says, we won, they won, it's a win county, win city, win Rays, win fans, then that's a great deal. I mean, and I think that's what it is. Well, there'll be some people that still don't want private businesses subsidized by the government. Sure, I guess. But I'd be hard-pressed to find a better deal than this one. as far as what it means for the city and the county and the fans and the Rays themselves. I think everybody wins because the situation was set up for that. The HC property was absolutely a stroke of genius because it was an underdeveloped, never going to be developed property in the heart of Tampa that you just can't find 120 acres that essentially you don't have to pay for, which is a good thing because that was never going to be developed. And Hillsborough College was never going to get the $90 million it needed to fix those dilapidated buildings unless there was some outside force, some outside entity that was going to bring value enough that the state could look at it and say, oh, yeah, we're going to make, tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in state revenue off of this deal over a 35-year period. So, yeah, that college needs to be rejuvenated. So this is a perfect match. Let's do it. And I don't think enough people focus on that. There's people that focus on it, go, oh, we shouldn't be giving them the money. We're not giving it to them for free. We're getting more revenue back that was never going to be generated without the Rays. And that's what people don't understand. When this silliness was brought up that the property is worth $700 million like Tropicana Field, that was from opposition people who were trying to fool the public into thinking something dumb like that. It's not. That's not. And you could say that and kind of connect the dots and people will print it in the paper like it's real, but it's not. It's not. It's ridiculousness. So that's why this deal was so brilliant. And it gives you location. It helps the economics for everyone, city, county, Rays, and it just works perfectly. And I'm excited. I'm super excited that this is finally going to get done because there were so many hurdles and there were so many. There was a lot of opposition, obviously, but as I said in the beginning, it was a vocal minority. It was very much a vocal minority. And what the deal was? It was so good for everybody that I knew eventually when people were educated, and specifically the people that were going to vote on it and the public, you have to educate the public as well. And I think we've done a really good job of doing that. We're proud of that, that it was going to pass. And that's why I'm super excited. So, away we go. Let's see. Let's get her done. But this is the breaking news right now, and it looks like today will be the day where these votes are scheduled, and we should maybe by the end of the program have something definitive on that. But according to Ken Hagan, according to Bill Carlson, they're going to set the vote for next week. So unless there's some crazy opposition to that, unless Charlie Miranda, doesn't get the invite from the Pony Express, I think we'll be fine. So
who is it that's always Mr. Negativity on our comments here that always says, I'll believe it when I see it? I mean,
yeah, those guys don't bother me. I get it.
No, I know. I get
Shovels in the ground people don't bother me because they're right. They're right. It is what it is. Except that, if you're saying, oh, what you're saying is bullshit until it just is what it is. And I get it. I totally get it. Rodney Reed says, watch the city council meeting yesterday, and I think they're trying to get the vote back on the schedule. Yeah, according to Carlson, that's what's going to happen. August 27th will be the greatest day in Tampa Bay sports history, according to Tampa Chris EVs. Yeah. Joe Dombrowski says, imagine how local ownership with skin in the game with local interests can pave the road. Yeah, that was always the key, right? From the first day we broke that story, and that was the key to the whole deal. I told you all that these are going to be elite businessmen in the Tampa Bay area leading this charge. And while Zalupski was a bit of a surprise as the lead man, the core of the group was still the same. A lot of local people, including Fred Ridley, the Doyles, Mike Murphy, a lot of very prominent Tampa Bay families that have been, after this for a long time. Danny says, we're close, guys. We're at the finish line. It's in sight right now. Indeed it is. Yeah, as Joe said, I'm happy this is not the Miami deal, period. Of course it's not.
That wouldn't go through.
Dan Vincenzo says, stop, JP. You make too much sense. I know. It's crazy. Can't be doing that around here.
But it's a happy day, man. It should be a happy day for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just another stepping stone, but it's a big one.
Yeah. And also, a lot of people will say, well, that St. Pete deal was done too. No. This is a completely different deal. This is a completely different deal because it's ownership that actually wants to build something.
Yeah.
Not somebody who's going to cheap out on the deal. That's not happening. It's too much at stake for them. Their entire ownership strategy was based on this. So, yeah, they're very highly motivated to get it done. So once the vote is taken, I don't see how it goes backwards. Unless there's some black swan event. I just don't see it. Anything else in here on the stadium? If you see something, Timmy, pop it up. Douglas Batista said, I listened to the interview, just mentioned what I heard, but there's no vote yet scheduled. Well, that was as of this morning. As of now, the breaking news is here, reporting on the JP Peterson Show via Ken Hagan, via Bill Carlson. Have not heard from Babby yet, but yes, hopefully schedule the votes today or tomorrow. City will vote first, then the county, likely same day or subsequent days. That's from Ken Hagan. And Carlson says not scheduled yet, but hopefully Thursday we can put it on for August 27th. So it's going to happen. I think those votes will be scheduled today. So there you go.
JP,
there you go.
Ricky Van Dyke says if Carlson votes yes, he can have my vote for mayor.
I think a lot of people feel that way. And that's okay. Because if you're going to be mayor of this city, you better be all in on this deal.
Uh-huh.
And I think a lot of his constituents are very appreciative that he went to battle for them to get to change this deal, to make it more palatable and keep a lot of money. Now, I don't think there would have been money diverted away from what needed to be done in South Tampa for flooding and things like that. But from Carlson's point of view, this was a better way to get it done. And if the Rays agreed to it, then fine. That's good negotiating. That's what you want. And, Carlson could have just been a no and just, shut up and blame the mayor and gone to battle that way for the mayorship. But instead he dug in and he went to work and tried to find a creative solution that would work for everybody. And he did. So that's, if you do something like that in politics, you actually get something effing done, then you should be rewarded for a vote with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. Because it's rare in politics, extremely rare that they actually get something done. So there you go.
Poosh Icy said, we've got runners in scoring position. Time for the city and the county to hit it out of the park. At this point, I'd settle for a bases clearing double.
Yeah, that'll work.
That needs to be a home run.
As I told the city council last time I was there, you got the bases loaded, baby. Bases loaded, $75 million of economic impact on third, 12,000 jobs on second. The Rays staying in Tampa Bay on first. Now just step up and launch it. Like what my boy Mayo, what's that Colby Mayo did yesterday?
Yeah.
468 feet, the fifth longest home run at the Trop ever. Oh, man, that was a bomb. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher call for a ball quicker than Shane did on that one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was like, boom, he goes.
Yeah.
That ball wasn't even over his head yet when he asked for the next ball. That was a bomb. But that's really the only mistake he made. I thought he pitched really well yesterday. I thought Sugar Shane looked great. 3 1/3, had 3 strikeouts. That one it was at 95, but it was right over the middle of the plate. When you're coming back, when you've been off like that, your control is what's going to, be a little bit off. And it was. He missed in the strike zone, and he paid dearly for that one. But that's the only run he gave up. Rays fell behind 2 or 3 times and came back again and again. Great bunts by Carl Crawford yesterday. Mateo, how about Mateo? Who's not a power guy, hitting a big 2-run homer. It was a great comeback for an offense that's really been struggling. Coming into this game, 11 of their previous 13, they had scored 3 runs or less. Even though they've been winning, they have not been hitting the ball really well. So, Yandy went yard as well. Valade went yard, center field, about 420 shot. Yandy went to Oppo Taco. DeLuca had the clutch hit, pinch hit, came up with 2 runners or bases loaded, nobody out, and chopped one over the drawn-in infield. When Shane was replaced, who came in for him? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Anyway, whoever it was came in for him. He just gave up a ground ball up the middle, but bases loaded. What was it? 1 out or nobody out? So I think it was 1 out.
1 out.
Yeah, and we brought the infield in. No, it was second and third. It was second and third, I think. And we brought the infield in, and then that knocked in 2 runs. Had the infield been back, it would have given up 1 run, and we'd have 2 outs. I'm going to ask Big O about that. I'm not a big fan of bringing the infield in that particular spot. But yeah, it was a great win. 7-6. Baker comes on. Brian Baker comes on, and he's asked to get a 5-out save, which I love the way Cash managed that game, because I don't think that was just any regular season game. I thought he was going to get Baker to go through the heart of the inning and then bring in somebody else to do the 9th for the 5, 6, 7 hitters. And Gunnar Henderson was coming up, who's been killing us.
Yeah.
So he went to Baker in between innings and said, "Hey man, can you give me another inning?" He said, "Yeah, let's do it." He managed that like a playoff game, and also gives Baker a little bit of experience sitting down and going back up, which I'm sure we'll ask him to do once or twice in the playoffs to get a 4-out save, maybe a 5-out save, maybe a 6-out save. But the fact is, you got to go sit down and go back out there. He gets to feel that a little bit. If he does it in the playoffs, it won't be the first time he's done it all year. So I like that. I like the way Cash managed that game like it was a playoff game, because you've lost 3 in a row. The Orioles are surging. It's a 4-game series. You don't want to get swept. That was a big game. Had they lost the game, I'm not pushing the panic button, but they didn't. They won, and I thought it was an important win to get stop the bleeding, reset. Jays come in, get going again. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and you know what? I needed to point this out. We talked about this. Big O and I talked about this a little bit on Friday. The impact that Jorge Mateo could possibly have here.
Yeah.
It's a very under the radar signing, I think. Obviously you and I discussed it, but you look at his numbers, you're like, meh, this is a depth piece here. You've got some injuries and you just need some bodies to sub here now and then. But I found a stat before Friday's Big O show when teams are looking at numbers, when they're out there with, you got all these guys, because they could have signed, there's a number of people they could have signed. In the Trop, in 18 prior games, Mateo was batting .350 at the Trop. So I'm thinking, you look at that and you're like, okay, well, this guy, he's going to be cheap. He's had some success at here in his what will be his new home. He gets his first RBI as a Ray on in this series, obviously, and got his first home run here. I think that
some good plays in the field too. I thought,
I think really that signing is going to be a very quiet, sneaky, impactful signing the rest of the way for this team. I really like what Mateo's doing.
Yeah, I like what he can add. And to me, it was more about you trust him in the postseason as opposed to Carson Williams. You need a backup shortstop, and Taylor can't play all the time. So we got him off his feet yesterday for the first 6. Then he comes in, gets 2 at-bats, makes a difference. And, there was a play, I think it was 2 runners on, second and third. There was a pop-up behind second base. So if he drops that ball, it's 2 runs. But any pop-up in the Trop is, especially behind short, is going to be a tough play. And center fielder couldn't get in there. And I thought Mateo just handled it really, really well. I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersions on Carson Williams. I just don't think he's ready for the show just yet. He's going to be a good player, but it's just, I don't think mentally he's ready for it. And it just appeared to me as does he make that play? I don't know. I don't know if he panics a little bit. You lose it in the roof there. I don't know. I don't know if he does or not, but I just felt Mateo just handled it effortlessly, because he's done it a billion times at the major league level. So I think more than anything, having a guy and what if Taylor Walls went down? I mean, holy shit, you're not going to start Carson Williams through the playoffs. He's just not ready. So I think it's a great insurance policy, and it adds depth. And he's got speed, really good like sprinter speed. He can be used. He's a great base stealer. He'll probably be able to help, teach Simpson a little bit. So I love that. I love the move, and it costs you basically nothing. So,
yep.
Well done. And that was fortunate that he became available, and the Rays jumped right on it. Really did. All right. Let's get to some of the comments here today. Well, let's just deal with this, Tim, right away. Joseph Collins says, do you know Joseph Collins?
I don't.
Joseph Collins says, I heard on Tim's Dallas Cowboy Blitz show that he's leaving the Tampa show September 1.
Oh, so I'm the one that spilled the beans.
I'm
the one that spilled the beans. I didn't even remember saying that.
It was 7:00 in the morning. You were still drunk from the night before.
There's no question.
Yes, this is, we were going to handle this at some point, but yes, this is true. FanStream Sports is growing exponentially. Timmy is the producer for the entire freaking network. And we're adding shows at a wonderful clip, So, he spends a lot of time doing this particular show, and we need to free him up to do other bigger stuff and handle a lot more things. So this accomplishes that. And also we want to return to our roots here a little bit in Tampa Bay, because we want to just focus on each market, focusing on what they do best. And we've got a new website up. It's FanStream Sports TB with Big O and myself. You can watch all our shows there. We're going to be putting on other content there. So we want that to be a Tampa Bay sports website that's not behind a paywall like the Times. So you guys could come to a free site and get an update on all the local sports. And you can do this just by watching this show and the Big O show. You get caught up right there. But you can also do it in a written form there and check out everything. So we're going to take that off Timmy's plate. We're currently searching for someone to take his place as the co-host and producer that can be all dedicated to Tampa Bay. That person's going to be writing articles for the website. Just a lot of stuff that Timmy doesn't have the time to do. He's got doing 100 shows over there. So I'm sure
if any of you guys have experience in producing on-air shows, please email me.
Please don't open that Pandora's box,
because I need help.
Oh my God. Hey, Rick, I think you can co-host the show. You want to come in? Yeah. Your snarky wit will be
way better than me.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but Timmy, I'm hopeful will come back from time to time and bother us and pop on.
Well, we've got a Buccaneers Cowboys game this year, so
there you go. Yeah, I'm coming to Dallas for that. So,
Lonnie says JP's traded me for a 15-year-old Dominican shortstop.
His name is not Wander.
Probably a good move.
Not Wander. Pooh Shiesty said, I heard Stu is looking for a new job. No, I need someone with a little better work ethic.
He's going to want top billing, though, if he's on the show. He's going to want it to be the Stu Sternberg show.
Yeah. Pooh Shiesty says, I'll have a fireball in Tim's honor. Godspeed, buddy. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
They'll miss you. Absolutely. Lonnie Wilkins says PCA for MVP after last night. Did you see that show he put on?
Jesus, what's up his butt?
Homer's
Where did that come from?
Lead off Homer and then walks it off as well. Has that ever been done before in Chicago? Cubs? I don't think it has.
Probably not with the Cubs. Yeah.
Yeah. Casey Eagle says, Mateo was good for the Braves. I didn't get the move. I don't know either, but thank God their loss is our gain. Now, since he was DFA'd and released, he can play in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's available for the playoffs, yeah.
All right. Just making sure. Yes, Charles. Did I say Carl Crawford? I meant Chandler Simpson, obviously. I always get those names mixed up. I thought I said Simpson, but anyway.
Chandler Simpson also not believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Carl Crawford?
Is that true? Is he a flat earther?
Didn't believe in dinosaurs.
Call your nannies, call your substitutes, get to the town hall, Rays fans, August 27th. See, I have to, I don't know how we should handle this, and I got to see the timing of the meetings, Timmy, because if the votes are going to be taken during the showtime, should we be on live and like flip to the city and then flip to the county if they're going to go back to back? Do you guys you Petermans want to meet at Hooters again and go to the city council and be there for the vote? That'd be kind of cool too. I could do that. Yeah, Pooh Shiesty says, make sure the Petermans are polite. Don't want to get scolded by Mr. Clendenin again. Well, listen, I got news for Mr. Clendenin that we are all prepared. Please, when the vote's over, throw us out because we don't want to stick around for the real Pooh Shiesty and his rants at the city council. So yes, I will tell you right now, when that is adopted, when he hits that gavel and says the motion passes 4-3 or 5-2, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, we might celebrate in your chambers, sir. I can't promise anything, but that's a definite maybe. So give me some feedback, guy. We got to wait to see what the schedule is and how it's going to be done. But I don't know. My gut feeling is because those city council, they have like a morning and then an afternoon part too. So I don't know. I'll see if I can get some. If Carlson joins us at the end, then we'll ask him some procedural questions. Yeah.
What a show that could be.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, so conceivably, we could go down to the vote in the morning if it was going to happen in the morning. I think it's going to be an afternoon thing, though. But if it's an afternoon thing, then we could be there too. So, and then we'll have an emergency pod right afterwards.
Yeah.
Celebratory pod and get everybody on. Yeah. Cleared the docket for August 27th. Is there a Bucs game that night? Please say no. No. Padres are at the Rays. So, no, we're wide open on the 27th. Okay. All right, we're wide open. So let's get her done. Alejandro is for going down to the meeting. He says, all Petermans, we all need you to go to the meeting and be there. Hopefully 8/27/26. 8/27/26. That has a nice ring to it. And we need to show our support. This deal was going to happen when they announced the construction company. Well, I don't know about that, but just another notch in the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Joe says, it really helped that the state got involved and really helped ease the financial burden. Well, that was one of the things I talked about from the beginning when we broke the story is that the governor is going to be part of this deal and is very motivated to get it done because of the building of HC and no state money specifically going to the team, but helping it get done. Yeah, I think that was DeSantis was a huge part of getting this done. Kurt Thorson says Hagan opined that Guido Maniscalco is scared of being voted out. I've watched more council meetings than I have ever expected, and Guido just sits there, says nothing all meeting, and votes no. Yeah, the word on Guido is he's terrified of losing his job. And because I guess his district is kind of Seminole Heights, which is very liberal, hippie-ish type place, which is cool. It's fine. No big deal. I don't say that in a pejorative way at all. They love Seminole Heights. Got some awesome restaurants over there. And some good brew pubs. But yeah, I think that's kind of what Guido's up to. But I don't get that because I'd say there's much more people, and I know that from the polling by a 60-40 margin that are in favor of the stadium. So why would you think a no vote is going to keep you in your job?
Or make you popular.
Yeah, or because maybe because you feel like in your district there's more people of the no ilk, which could be true. He knows his district better than I. I don't know, but it may not matter.
Seems weird.
Yeah. So there we go. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side, and we are going to hear from Baker Mayfield, who I thought had some very interesting things to say today about the Buccaneers on the field. Did not address his contract situation, and because it's all ball now, as we know, but has some really good things to say about the Bucs defense as well. You will want to hear this, no question. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. They also have Miracle Toyota in Haines City, where you get the free gasoline if you buy a car there. If you're buying one at Genesis of Tampa still in August, no payments for 90 days if you buy that car. The GV70 is what I got. Absolutely love that car. Been driving it for 3 months now. The luxury, the ride, the performance, it's off the charts for what you pay. It's really, really nice. The GV80, even better. The GV90 is coming out soon. That's going to be the Mac Daddy. Their cars, the coupes, the sedans, fantastic. It's all the same deal. High-end stuff for not the high-end price. So check it out at Genesis of Tampa, part of the Murphy Auto Group, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. Back in 3. Well, we know there are roofing scammers everywhere. So for ultimate transparency, my friends at Pitch Roofing built something called the Pitch Partner Portal. And it is live right now at partner.pitchroofing.com. See, when you roof with Pitch, you're not just a customer, you are a partner. Every partner gets a private account. You can see your entire project in one place, where it stands, your documents, photos, your balance, and your team. You want an answer at 11 o'clock at night? It's all right there. They also built a free roofing calculator in-house on that same site, so you can get an estimate. And unlike these other websites, you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to, and they do not sell your information to other companies. You are never turned into a lead. It all stays with Pitch. Now, right now, the portal is open to all of their Tampa Bay area partners, and Delray Beach, Orlando, the Villages are coming soon. So if you've been thinking about your roof, start at pitchroofing.com or call 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824. Transparency right in your pocket. That, folks, is roofing done right.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the All-Star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your first diamond purchase to upgrading your Golden Diamond Source diamond at 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay, it's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. JP here for Genesis of Tampa. And as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, I've been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's a GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing and AC. They also do air conditioning and anything mechanical around the house that you need. Third Generation Plumbing will do it for you. American Standard Heating and Cooling, they are their partners. That's what they use to put in your new AC units. The most efficient, the most durable in this Florida heat. It's a great combination. Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling. Check them out at the website, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Great dudes over there. And if you're in that business, by the way, and looking for a gig, they pay really well. They give you holidays. Great family-owned company. So check them out. Go to the website and send out your resume. All right, you want to get into some Bucs, my man? Let's do that. Tristan Wirfs was back again today. Not practicing full going pads, but doing some individual work. So he's getting closer and closer. Bowles did mention today that he's very pleased with what's going on with him. So, and again, you know, I doubt that Vita Vea or Tristan Wirfs would have been practicing much up to this point at camp anyway. So I'm not real concerned about his hamstring. But at some point, he's going to have to get out there and get ready to go. Starters are going to play this week. So Saturday night, you will see Baker. You'll see the whole group out there. Asked Baker about that today, what he's trying to accomplish, and he talked about all kinds of that stuff. So let's get a little taste of Baker. We'll bring you more in the second part, but here's maybe my favorite part of the Baker.
Honestly, there's no telling what's going to happen up there. A lot of good football talk up there, though, man. No, he's just having him around and having him still involved on the building is great. Just the energy, obviously the experience and history that he's had with the program, and it's fun to have somebody like that, and just the pure joy that he has for football, I think is awesome to see as well.
You go back and watch it afterwards?
The TV copy? I think I'll have to. Not for Rondé. Rondé's boring.
Ouch.
You sat down with Jarvis Landry, Leonard Fournette. We talked about your love of playing on the road and reference for it. When the schedule came out, were you excited that they open on the road? This is great.
Yeah, I think so. I think same thing last year. You get your guys. It's just the Bucs against everybody else in that city you're going to, and so I think it's a good opportunity for us against the Bengals. And I think we're going to shock a lot of people this year, and so I'm excited to just get on the road and do that.
Anything else?
You going to surprise people? You say you're going to shock people?
Yeah, I mean,
Embellish that, please.
Embellish it. There's no embellishing. I think you can't avoid it. There's the TVs everywhere. I think
you're that confident?
Yeah. Hell yeah, I am. Everybody's picking us probably to have a losing record, so we'll see.
I love it. The walk-off. When Baker starts going there, I interrupted him. That was rude. But I have to chum the water, man. I just know he's about ready to go off. And I don't know if I did it well there, but I just heard him say he's shocked. I'm like, what'd you say? Excuse me, wait. Can you embellish on that, please? And I didn't mean embellish as I just meant to expand on that.
Yeah.
A better word there. But he's confident. He said we're going to shock some people. I think that's news.
Sounds like it.
I don't. It's not like I hear people dogging the Bucs, but I think right now, especially with the injuries that have happened around the NFC South, they're definitely the favorites now. Yeah. I think they weren't the betting favorites early on. Didn't you tell me the Saints were or something?
Very early, yeah.
But I think now they're the solid favorite. no question, because they, I still think Vita Vea is going to make it to the regular season. If not, I don't think he'll miss game checks, and I don't think the Bucs will want to trade him. I think they're going to play hardball with him. I think they'll give him a contract. I think they'll give him a bump, but he may be asking for, he may be stuck on, his agent may be stuck on, hey, we want a 3-year deal, guaranteed. And I don't know if the Bucs want to go out. No, they don't want to go that far. And it may be for, a ridiculous amount. So there's no sense of urgency right now because he wouldn't be practicing anyway. We get into next week, 2 weeks out from the opener. I think then the talks will actually get real. So, but I love Baker's confidence. I love me some Baker Mayfield confidence. And it's not without reason. I don't think it's false bravado whatsoever.
Right.
They're loaded. They're bloated on offense. And I think, and we asked them about this. I'm going to see if we got the, might be missing one here, Timmy, but I think this is it.
Ted is, he's growing quickly. He's picking things up really fast, and so that's good for us.
About Ted Hurst.
Him to play fast, not think, and just use his size and speed. And just, you guys have seen it. He's high pointing the ball, really taking advantage of his one-on-one matchups, just contested catches, things like that. That it's when you're a bigger receiver at 6'4", you want to be a safety blanket for those 50-50 balls. And so I feel really confident where Ted's at.
His presence in the red zone, how important has that been? I think about the joint practice with the Jets, throwing that pass interference.
Yeah, it just critical moments. We talk about how would we look at it with Mike down in the red zone? If you're not going to double cover him, we're going to throw it to him. And Ted is growing into his own right now, and so we're going to try and take advantage of those matchups as well.
Baker, this offseason, the team put a lot of resources, free agency, and draft in defense. Now that you've had a couple of weeks going against this defense, what do you notice about this Bulls revamped defense the most?
They're aggressive. There's a lot of things that look different, some schematic things that Todd's doing different, some good change-ups that definitely mess with the QB's eyes and just your fundamentals from the get-go. But it's obviously you added in talent on the defensive side. The front just looks completely different. Vita hadn't even been out there yet, but it's unreal. We've got too deep for sure, and it's a talented group up front, and then linebackers. It allows them to play free. I think Voss has taken some big steps in Alex Anzalone, incredible player. I think physically he's able to cover a lot of ground, get those guys on the same page, and then a guy like Trott, he's an animal. He's not a rookie. He's physical. He's aggressive. He talks shit, and you know what? We needed guys like that on the defense, and to have a rookie that's that confident in it is really good for the Bucs.
Another rookie that you've had coming
Love
back
that.
passes is Bauer Sharp. What have you seen from him so far? He's been in the tight end room.
Question about tight end Bauer Sharp.
Bauer's twitched up, man.
LSU.
I think he's not just a receiving tight end. I think he's so quick at the top of his routes, has a really good feel in zone coverage of how to get open, how to stay open. And he's taking pride in the blocking, and that's something that we've asked our tight ends to do in the last few years, to do a lot of dirty work, and I think he's taken pride in that. So Bauer's come a long way, and I think he's got a really, really good shot to make the team.
Baker, you said the run game in 24 was kind of the catalyst for that balanced offense.
Yep.
What impact do you think Robinson can make scheming up the run game?
I think just not always relying on the gap scheme stuff. I think when you look at, we started out as much more mid-zone, zone schemes in 24, and then the changeup was our gap puller game, and we were able to crease people, and they didn't know what was coming. And so last year we kind of leaned on that too much, to where teams can really tee off on it, bring some pressures to stop that, and mess with it. It's tough to run when defenses get a beat on that. So I think just Zach's understanding the run game, how to keep teams unbalanced on the defensive side of the ball, how to set things up, and just to play action off the run game. I've said it to you guys, but you can't win this league dropping 50 times a game, drop back 50 times a game. You have to be able to run the ball, have to be able to play action screen. You need to be able to throw it when you have to, but it starts with the run game and play action right after that.
Baker, what have you seen from Jalen?
So a lot to cover there from Baker. First he said about the defense, really aggressive, that the front seven looks completely different. And that's what we've been telling you guys in camp. And what, you didn't see much of it in the game because the starters didn't play, but I think you'll see it definitely against Kansas City because all the starters are going to play for the most part, is what we hear. So, yeah, he said the front's completely different. And then he said, and that's what Vita not out there yet. I don't know if you caught that. He said, yet.
Like he might know something?
Like he expects him to be there.
Yeah.
He's not missing game checks. So I thought that was key there because that gives you – he's not out there yet because he knows he's coming. He knows he's coming. Vita's probably like, yeah, we're same as you. We're just trying to get some leverage, man. But we're going to be here. He talked about Servassier Dennis being much better. I haven't really seen that, but Baker sees a lot more than we do. Anzalone talked about Trotter being an animal, and he talks shit. So yeah, that's from Baker's standpoint, not just our standpoint, but that kid's going to be, really, really good. You don't know. I mean, just being aggressive and talking shit doesn't make you a good linebacker. Being physical doesn't make you a good linebacker. So much of it is instinctual. But when we talk to him, I think you guys got that feeling that this kid knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's a serious football player. And I can't, year one, he's going to be good, I think. But I think this kid could be a really good linebacker for a long time in this league. I'm excited to see what that brings long-term for him. He talked about Bauer Sharp, that tight end. He's twitchy. And you saw in the game, my favorite play from Bauer was after he dropped the first one. He catches the second one about 5 yards short of the sticks, and he just puts his head down and just blows through three guys. I mean, blows through them. Love that. He's going to have to work on his blocking, as all rookie tight ends do.
Yeah.
But to Baker's point, I think he's going to make the team. You heard him talk about his feel for zone coverage. That is what makes great tight ends. The best that have ever played this game, they had to have a sixth sense, whatever you want to call it, for feeling out that zone defense and where the gaps in the zone are. And quarterbacks being able to be on the same page with them, Kelsey and Mahomes, that type of stuff. They just seem to feel each other, where they're going. They see the same things. And if you can get a tight end that can do that, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now, listen, Cade Otton is going to be your starter. Bauer, he may make the team. I think he makes the team over Culp, frankly. Devin's got a lot of good – he's got a lot of good attributes, but he doesn't seem to have the feel for the game or that the other guys do. I think that's what's holding him back. But Bauer, and I think that's why they went out and got Bauer Sharp, to be quite honest. So I think really good stuff there from Baker on many different levels. And what did you pick up on, Timmy?
Dude, look, and I'm a Baker fan, obviously. There's no secret there. He sounds like he might be more locked in than I've ever heard him before. Like, he just sounds like he's more, I don't even want to use the word focus, because I feel like he's always focused. I don't want to take his prior years away from him, from being focused, but something sounds different. It sounds like he's got a chip on his shoulder, like he's got kind of an edge. Like he's like, I don't care what everybody says. I don't care what the organization is not doing with me right now. I'm just going to play the best ball that I can and be the best quarterback that I can. Because here's the thing. He knows that if he doesn't get the money from the Bucs, he's going to get it somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Probably more.
This is like it's a contract year for him, but it's like a contract year for a dude who's going out to prove himself, like he had to do his first year here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I'll get the long-term deal from somebody if it's not here. And I'm going to just put on the best show I can and force their hand.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I was listening to NFL radio today, and Bill Polian was talking. They were doing a little preview on the Bucs, and they were talking about Baker and his contract situation. And he said something I thought was really interesting. He said, there's not many players that I've come across in my years, and he's been doing this a long time, that I would be comfortable putting out there in a contract year. He goes, there's a lot that goes on. If a guy has to go play in a contract year, his agent is in his ear. There's always the fear of getting hurt, because that screws your guaranteed money. I mean, for Baker, it's a $150 million proposition, $200 million proposition. It's a lot of freaking money to be risking right out there on the football field. And you can't get away from it. And your family's talking. This is Bill Polian said, your family's in your ear. everybody's in your ear about the contract, and it's a lot of pressure, and especially for a quarterback who's got to be focused and clear about what they're doing. Which to my point is, I don't know why as an organization you wouldn't want to alleviate that to get, they could talk all they want about the best baker is an angry baker, but the best baker is a guy that feels like he's wanted and long-term and has a long-term commitment from the organization. That's my, I was going to ask him that today, but the deal was we're not talking about the contract. So if I got him in a one-on-one situation, I would do it. But the word is don't ask him about the contract. So that was, adhered to. So, but I think if you asked him how would he play better knowing that he is, he's guaranteed his money? Yeah, I think he would. I do. Don't you? I mean, you can say, oh, he loves playing with a chip on it. That chip is never going away.
No.
This is not the guy that, oh, you pay him, you may not get his best. No. That's not that. That's not who he is. You don't have to worry about that.
No, because he's going to make you regret not giving him the money if you don't. That's what he's doing. And I would expect nothing less.
But I don't think he's necessarily going to be better because he doesn't have a long term. I think he would be better with a long-term contract.
You know what? To Jason Light's credit, you're going to get the same Baker either way. And he's going to get the same Baker this year, whether you pay him or not.
Yeah.
Is that the way you want to treat your players? Because people don't forget. Other players don't forget.
Well, TJC says Sharp is a former quarterback turned tight end, only been doing it for 2 years. I did not know that. I did hear somebody say that. Yeah, but so that's, listen, former quarterbacks see the zones like a quarterback. So that fits. That really fits. Aviation reminds us that the Bucs are a good value at plus 220. Is that to win the NFC South? So I'm guessing you're talking
Must
about?
be, yeah.
Yeah. I think their Super Bowl odds are, what did I see them at? Like, was it like 9,000 plus 900? No, plus 9,000 maybe. I forget. I'll look it up. Aviation says, damn, actually, I take that back. The Saints are your NFC South favorite via DraftKings. Really?
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Really? St. P. Pat says, I haven't seen any so-called experts picking the Bucs to win the South. Everybody I've heard pick the South has picked the Bucs. So maybe I'm listening to too much NFC South radio or Bucs radio. Yeah, I don't know. It can't be by much, and I don't know why. Why would you have the Saints winning it? Because they won 5 in a row at the end of last year.
So what?
Yeah, it's last year. Totally different team. Yes, I should have said elaborate, not embellish. You're correct, Rick. Thank you for that. Where were you when I needed you, jackass?
Baker thought you wanted him to lie to you.
Yeah, but that's not what embellish means. Embellish just means to expand. But I think the connotation of it is that, yeah, because of the Saturday Night Live character.
Yeah.
Cornerback is the biggest red flag, says Bucs basement of this team. Aside from coaching, the starters are not established nor consistently reliable, but the depth leads a lot to be desired. No, I agree with that. I think everybody agrees with that. What else we got? Nee says I vote Nick G to host with you, JP. Yeah, I don't think he's available. Maybe I could talk him back into doing 1 day a week. We'll see. Anything else here? Bucs related? I do not see him. Here we go. Alejandro says, once a week we have a VI Peterman come on the show to talk about their experiences and also get the fan perspective live on the show. If you boys need videos for the show or website, let me know. I got it. Okay. We could do that. A little fan participation. All right. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back on the other side, Timmy has to leave for his other appointed rounds jobs, but we have plenty of Baker Mayfield to bring your way. A little bit of
I got
Todd
your Ruben
Bowles
Bain loaded up too.
So, the little video going viral of Ruben Bain that we need to show you as well. So we will do that after the break. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Tell her you'd give her that ring all over again. In fact, go get her a new ring. Let's upgrade that ring at the Gold and Diamond Source. Bring it on in. If you didn't buy it there, they'll give you something for it. Absolutely. If you did buy it there, you get 100% of what you paid towards your next upgraded ring. That's their diamond savings account. Nobody does that but the Gold and Diamond Source. They also have 5 carat, 10 carat, 20 carat, half carat diamonds, the best selection anywhere. And their staff is top notch. They're not going to try to talk you into something that you do not need. And they're going to educate you about all the 4 C's and everything about diamond buying, real diamond buying. Don't buy a fake diamond. That's a bad idea. Go to the Golden Diamond Source or go to goldendiamond.com, 3800 Overton Road, just across the bridge from Tampa. Back in 3. Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Italiano Insurance. They've been with us for 15, almost 20 years, going back to my other radio stations. They've always been with us, and their name is changing to AJ Gallagher Insurance as they become part of the bigger company, which brings you more options to save. How about that? Save even more money, because when you do your insurance checkup and they look at all the other companies that they work with, now they got more, so they can give you more options, hopefully save you some more money. So call them up, give them the old insurance checkup, tell them what you're paying for your homeowners, your flood insurance, your business insurance, any insurance product you got, they can check it around and find you some savings like they always do. 813-877-7799 at italianoinsurance.com. All right, let's get back to the Bucs a little bit. And here's the viral video that's making the rounds. I saw this as we were doing interviews, but I had to get out of there to get back to you folks here. And Eileen. When I tell you it was freaking hot today, folks, it's freaking hot. Yesterday was the hottest. Today was second hottest. There was a little bit of breeze today that helped out, but that dude, yeah, you want to see that again? And this went on for like when you're Bane was out there longer. The dude is just, I mean, I don't know what else to say about him. He's your best defensive player already. Vita Vea is not out there, but he may be better than Vita when all is said and done. You just hope he gets the opportunity to show what he can do. And I think if you talk about a front line of Vita Vea, Ruben Bain, Kalijah Cansey, Yaya Diaby, that's bringing it. That's bringing it. That's getting pressure with 4. That's getting really good pressure with 4. It's just, it's football is such a numbers game, right? And that's all the strategy that goes into football is to get essentially more guys to the ball than the other team does. Get matchups that favor you. That's essentially the strategy. And when you can just get pressure with 4, that's what Todd had his best defenses against, when they shut out the Chiefs, kept them from getting a touchdown in the Super Bowl. That front 4 was awesome. Vea, Sue, JPP, and Shaq. I mean, that was just quickness, experience, strength, everything. Now, I don't think this front 4 is that front 4, but they have an opportunity to be in that category. They got to go out and do it, though. You got to see him do it. As much as we love Bain, he hasn't done it on a professional level just yet. But prognosticating, yeah, he looks really freaking good. And he's your hardest worker. And the other thing is, you hear from people within the organization, a lot of people at University of Miami that have been around him for a long, long time, including Charlie Strong. He's a better dude off the field. He's already doing tons of charitable stuff in this area that you don't even know about. Solid dude. Absolutely solid dude. All right, let me get to a couple more Bakers here. I think this is his walk up.
Yeah.
What's up, Baker? Baker, how's the new offense coming in? I know you're working a lot. Todd said you're coming in early. You getting some of the nuances down on it?
Yeah. As any offense goes when you're in Salton and camp, you kind of have a base foundation for the plays and your day one stuff. And then as camp, the installs go on, you continue to put things in. And then it gets to a point where you're really trying to iron out the final details, the checks to make sure that I'm doing my job to put our guys in the best position possible. So I think that process has been good. I think we're in a good place. And, with guys being nicked up and, having to plug some people in, it's given us an opportunity to kind of explore some different packages, put guys in different spots and test some things. So, obviously want everybody out there, but it's been good for us to, deal with some challenges early on that, it's going to happen in season.
You've done a lot of work in joint practices and things like that, but you have played in a football game some cases in Carolina last year. So for you, what is it? It wasn't important. What do you like about being back on the grass and doing that again?
It's just different. You go in practice and training camp, and you're really testing a lot of stuff out, seeing what guys are capable of doing in the live practice reps and seeing, if you can make certain tight window throws and in games, you really, it's all about the ball, making sure that I have everybody on the same page at the line of scrimmage and then making sure I take care of the ball and stay efficient with it throughout the process and keep drives moving.
Some quarterbacks have talked about in preseason, it's good to sometimes get hits for the regular season, try that game style. Is that kind of a physical thing for you, or is it more of a mental thing, just getting the mental reps?
Yeah, more the mental reps. Don't get me wrong, I love contact, but I'll save that for the regular season.
Baker, how's the addition of Kenny Gainwell been going through this offense with Zach Robinson? How much of a gadget guy has he been so far for you?
I mean, he's much more than a gadget guy. I've just been completely overwhelmed with the amount of talent that he has. I didn't know until a little later in the spring, more towards minicamp, that he was a receiver going into college. He was a slot receiver at Memphis, and it explains why he's so smooth running routes. And just his run game, he stays true to his tracks. He reads his blocks really, really well. I thought he's been, a huge addition for us, but just another spark to give Bucky a spell. And then obviously still have Tuck in there. And Josh Williams has had a great camp as well. But KG is another guy, just a veteran presence, a leader, a guy that leads by example and continues to help set the tone for us on offense.
You've had impact rookie receivers.
All right, here's Chris Cole saying Bain worked for an hour and a half after practice ended today. He's going to be great, and let's hope that rubs off on the rest of the team. Yeah, that's when your best players are your hardest workers. That's when your team really can come together and grow, and brings everybody up to that level. You heard Baker say a couple things there about the nuances of the offense, and that's where I kind of liken this to playing a musical instrument. You want to get to the point where you're not thinking about where you're what fret your fingers are going on when you're playing the guitar, because it's just second nature. And that's where the art that becomes the nuance and the art of it. And it's the same thing with a quarterback orchestrating an offense. You want to see things and react and not think. You want to see it and do it instead of like, say, oh, that's, the cover 3. So my guy's going to, okay. Yeah. You don't even want to go through that. It's just a sight thing and it's a delivery. And that just comes with reps. That just comes with reps and reps and reps and learning it and reps. And that's where they're trying to get right now. And it's not going to happen game 1 for this offense. It's not going to happen game 2. They probably won't get to that level until halfway through the season, hopefully sooner. But the more you work on it in camp, the more live reps you get, the better you get at it. And I think that's why Baker's putting in the extra time, because they, I'm not sure if they use the VR, but everybody does. And that just gives you rep after rep after rep without having to necessarily, from a mental standpoint, without having to go through all the hard work on the field and on the grass. You need to get there on the grass, but you can get these other reps from a mental standpoint. And that's kind of what he's going through right now. So it looks great. It looks great, and it's going to be, I think, much closer to the 2024 offense than we know, hopefully. What else we got here? Douglas Batista says, today the Blue Jays, winner of 6 straight series, come to the Trop. Jose Soriano is starting, who they got at the trade deadline, 3.16 ERA, and we got 4-inning Freddie. They eat at Ruth's Chris. We eat at Applebee's. Talking about our payroll. But guess what? Our payroll is now at $120 million. Highest it's ever been by far. By far. I think I mentioned that what happened with these new owners. I think I mentioned that. Gloat alert. Gloat alert. Nathan Elliott says, I have a bottle of orange Jägermeister. It is now for sale in the USA. Timmy. Well, I think you get you two together at his tailgate party. Get you some orange Jägermeister. Alejandro, one of our VIP Petermans, says, good morning, JP and Petermans. We got back on track yesterday. Glad we got the win. Let's beat the Blue Jays. We have great matchups pitching with Martinez, Siriano, Rasmussen, Scherzer. Yes, those are some good ones. I will be watching. Might try to get out there one more time this week. What else we got? Kurt Thorson says, who does Baltimore think they are? The LA Dodgers? Last night had a major feel for a playoff game. Magic number is 33. Also, August 27th, get your asses to City Hall, Rays fans. Yeah, I thought last night was a little light, the crowd, Monday night. Saturday was freaking rocking. That's the game I went to. Absolutely rocking. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again here today in case you missed it. I'm not going to mea culpa on the Trop because it's been crap for a long time. But this iteration of the Trop is the best it's ever been by far. It feels like a playoff game on a Saturday or Sunday on the weekends when it's full. I mean, there was 28,000 fans there the other day, and it gets loud. And I'm thinking for playoffs, we're going to open the upper deck and fill it. When that place has 41,000 people in it, whoo, man, it gets loud. It gets really loud. I'm looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Danny Boy says, RIP, rip Bill Rasmussen, the original founder of ESPN. ESPN, 24-hour network of sports. It's ridiculous. It'll never work. It'll never work. Oh, but it did. Casey Eagle says, hey, they can release more new renderings to hype it more to pass. They could. Joe Dombrowski says, if Guido is smart, he'll get on the winning side on this. Yeah. At some point, you got to figure that out, brother. Alejandro says, Timmy, brother, it truly sucks that you have to leave, but I will say it's been a pleasure to hear every day, and let's have a fireball on the last show live on air. Go Cowboys and F the Eagles, indeed. What else we got here? Aviation says the Bucs have moved back to the NFC South favorite. I would think they would be, but maybe it's close. Dan Aiken says we got to get Vita Vea resolved. I don't know if you heard it, but Baker said we don't have Vita back yet. So he's fully expecting Vita to get back, as I am. Joe Dabrowski says, I love this Paradiso commercial. I got to try it when I get back to Tampa. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yes, you do. St. Pete Pat says, part of me thinks this Vita Vea holdout is just a vet not wanting to go through training camp. Amen. Amen. Not that he wasn't going to do it anyway. Alejandro says, Ruben is going to be special for us. And again, I really feel that he can be a difference maker like his alum, Warren Sapp. Again, I feel like Bain Jr. and Trotter could be Sapp and Brooks in leadership. I think when you throw out those kind of names, and I've done it too, just because of the positions that they play, we say it because of that, not because. I mean, no, you just can't predict these guys will be Hall of Famers. That's not where we're going with this. It's so rare, very, very rare. In fact, I don't think a team has ever drafted two Hall of Famers in the same round, if I'm not mistaken, which is what Brooks and Sapp were drafted in. Pooh Shiesty says the Bucs to win the NFC South at plus 2,200. I don't know about that. Says they're plus 5,500 to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I might throw $10 on that just for fun. Rick says Baker showing his edge after revealing his Yankee fandom. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think anybody cares, to be honest with you. Do you guys care about the Yankee pitcher with him and Wirfs? By the way, Wirfs back on the field today for his second day. Bowles said he's, progressing fine. Everyone feels like he'll be ready for the regular season. I don't think that's a thing. So don't worry about that. All right. I think we have one more Baker for you. Tee it up.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen, there's not a throw on the football field he can't make. He's got a really, really talented arm. I think personality wise, it's just, he's living his dream. I think he said that to you guys. You can tell, though, that he embraces every single moment. He enjoys being out here, the grind that it is. As a young QB, you get a long way to go learning the process just to get guys lined up. But he's taking control of it. And I think just from the start of spring when he got here to now, night and day difference for him.
Baker, you were talking to us during the mandatory camp that Chandler Whitmer was working with you on his feet. Are you still working on that and maybe some other things so far in camp?
Yeah, no, definitely still honing in on those little details, making some of the simple throws even easier than they should be. And just, it starts with your feet. If you're out of rhythm in this system where it's the timing of the routes and the concepts, bad things are going to happen. So it starts with my feet and going through that and trusting the timing of that and going through the progression, checking the ball down. So Chandler's, he's annoying with it for sure. Every once in a while you want to put his little ass in a headlock and beat him up. But no, I need that. I like to be coached hard, and he's definitely a stickler about it, and I appreciate it.
What specifically do you want to get done Saturday night with the ones? How long you want to be out there?
Just efficient plays. You get in there, efficient drives, no negatives. I mean, what you're looking for in the preseason, everybody getting lined up, communicating properly, and no pre-snap penalties. Things in game, you're going to have penalties. It's going to happen. You want to avoid them, obviously, but really no pre-snap penalties, being on the same page, no MEs from those ones, and just getting a good few drives, whatever that may look like. I have no idea, but definitely getting points on the board.
John Gruden's obviously.
Yeah, so I'm excited to watch this Saturday night for many, many reasons. Gruden and Rondé, number one. Rondé was there today, by the way. I was trying to get over there to show him how Baker dissed him, but he ran away from me as usual. Yeah, I'm really interested to listen to Gruden and he'll talk about Baker. He loves Baker, absolutely loves Baker, and to hear him and Rondé chop it up about this first team offense and Baker and everybody, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be excellent. Must see TV on News Channel 8. By the way, Chris Myers has conflict, so he's not able to go. But I have a feeling after this, Chris Myers may have a lot of conflicts. We love you, Chris. You know that. But Gruden's going to Gruden, and people love it. Absolutely love it. I think you could have a 3-person booth, right? Why not a Gruden, Baker, Myers 3-person booth? That sounds like something we'd all be interested in. And I know Gruden's not holding them up for money. He's making that Barstool cash. So I think he'd love to do it. Absolutely love to do it. So, yeah, check it out. That'd be fun. Nathan Elliott says, Ruben's father and mother were at every practice that I attended. They were the crew member autograph session. They were always there. I'm sure that helps. Yeah, they were at every practice that I was at, and I was at almost every practice. So, yeah, he's got a big family. The nighttime practice, I think he had about 35 people. Now, big families can also distract. They can also be a distraction. But you kind of feel with Bain that it's not. It's just support. And I just don't think you can distract that guy. He's so focused. He's just so absolutely focused. I don't know. I can't wait to see this guy play in the regular season. Can't wait to see him play on Saturday night. It's going to be good because starters are playing. And I don't think Mahomes is going to go. But, and no joint practices with the Chiefs. Andy Reid doesn't like doing that. But I think they did just add a practice with the Jags the following week. So they'll have 2 joint practices there. All right. Any other comments, thoughts on the Bucs today? Dump it in the chat. I'll be happy to chat with you about it. Chris Cole says the corner DB room is way underrated and will be a big part of this defense. I think there's a lot of hope there for you, Chris Cole. Look, watching what Aiden Garnes did the other night, that was impressive. It was really, really impressive. How he came up and took down Breece Hall was even more impressive on his tackle for loss. He missed a couple tackles in the game as well. And as he told us yesterday in his interview, that's what he's really got to work on, his physicality and his tackling. And he's working hard on it. But it's got to improve for him to be a top flight corner in this league. Listen, Zion has not achieved that shutdown status that I think the Bucs wanted him to achieve when they gave him that big contract. It just hasn't translated yet. I love Zion. I think he's got all the ability in the world, but for him, I think it's all up here. It's all mental. And he's just got to be, and maybe watching Aiden and some of these other guys become more aggressive will make him more aggressive. I don't know if they coached that out of him, the previous regime, defensive backs coaches, but We haven't really seen enough of him because he's been out a little bit. But I think he's got all the tools. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He just needs to get the mental part right. Could be really good. And now, on the outside, you got Parrish, who's, has not really been an outside corner. He's not that he can't do it. I think he plays both, but I don't think he's your prototypical outside corner. But I think he's really good. I think he's good. I think they can do something with him. Who else we got there? Pepe Williams had 12 tackles in the game. He's impressed, but again, smaller guy. And they brought in some safeties. Bowles said today, we'll see. We're bringing guys in. We want to find the right amount of guys. He's like, obviously, we're not happy because we brought in 3 new guys over the last few weeks. So there you go. Rick says JP's 3 R's: read, react, and rip it. That's it. That's quarterbacking right there. Read, react, and rip it. The best quarterbacking is done if you can pre-read that when you get to the line of scrimmage and you already know where you're going with the ball. That's what Brady did 80, 90% of the time. Then you're good. That's when it really becomes really good. Alejandro says, JP, MLB just posted the candidates for AL Cy Young finalists, and here are the top 3. Cam Schlittler, Dylan Cease, and Big Red Rasmussen, which is great to see. And Baker still leading in league in saves. Yep, I think, and boy, has Baker been a godsend. Man, he's been good. That 6 outs, or it was a 5 out save yesterday was nails. He got all the big boys. That last changeup to win the game when I had the tying run on. Big time close. Nathan Elliott says doing orange Jägermeister shots on Saturday prior to the KC Cheats Bucs game. You gonna have the tailgate party going Saturday? You don't back off into preseason? You don't play your second team clam dip? No? You bring the starters for every game, whether it's preseason or regular season, Nathan? We're going to have the ribs? Those are always a hit. All right. Donald Little says Dick Bucket was the number 3 pick by the Bears and Gale Sayers number 4, the 1965 draft, both in the Hall of Fame. I did not know that. I did not know that. Thank you there, Donald Little. Very nice. Good to know. Well, that's a hell of a draft right there. Whew. Dick Butkus and Gale Sayers. Did the Bears win a championship with those guys? Because the Super Bowl started in 66, so I don't think they did. Man, what a disappointment. Because they never had a quarterback. Yep, absolutely. All right, Big O's coming in to talk some Rays. So any questions you have, you can put those in the chats. You got some more Buck stuff. Give me that as well. We're going to take a quick break here, come back on the other side and get to more of that. We're going to get to some of the other national stories that are going on too. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, hit me up. So we'll do quick break. Back in 3. Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your first diamond purchase to upgrading your Golden Diamond Source diamond at 100% 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay. It's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. JP here for Genesis of Tampa, and as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's a GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here. As we roll on, we had some breaking news to start the show. In case you missed it, Ken Hagan telling us via text that we'll go back to read the. Hopefully we schedule the votes today or tomorrow. City will vote first, then the county, likely same day or subsequent days. So that looks like that's going to happen next Thursday on August 27. Texted with Bill Carlson of the City Commission as well. I said, not scheduled yet, but hopefully Thursday we could put it on for August 27th. So there you go. And I sent him an invite to come on the show today. So after his lunch, which may be soon, he might pop in and chat with us. So we shall see. In the meantime, Big O will be coming here in a little bit to talk some baseball with you guys. Speaking of baseball, Ketel Marte, who we talked a long time about bringing to Tampa Bay, has been put on the restricted list. Let me see if we got, after yesterday's game, Lavulo, who was their GM, seemed more bummed out when asked if he was worried about Marte. Lavulo was clearly emotional and said, no, not really. I just love him and I care for him. It'll be okay. Said it's been a crazy day. All I know is he's dealing with a personal issue. We're trying to figure that out. I'm doing my best to reach out to him. There's very little coming back. Asked if Marte was still in Boston. Lavulo sighed and weighed his response. I believe so, and I'm not sure. Wow. So Ketel Marte just went AWOL from the Diamondbacks and is now on the restricted list. Wow. That's something new and different. We talked about PCA yesterday, opening the game with a leadoff home run and closing it with a walk-off. Is he the MVP? Is he going to dethrone Shohei Ohtani? We shall see. Joe D is going to catch the Rays game at Camden Yards on Saturday. Oh, That would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. I've never been to Camden Yards. I've never been to Camden Yards. I want to check that out. Nathan says, I'll be at Duffy's prior to parking lots opening for preseason. We will be there getting our drink on when the parking lots do open. And we are all invited. We're all invited to the tailgate party. It will be at HCC lot and located across the street from lot 12. So you in a new space? You in a new space, partner? Drop me a pin. Lonnie Wilkins, our uniform expert, says, heard the Rays are ditching their light blue jerseys. They're gone after this season, and road grays with Tampa Bay and the Devil Rays colors are coming in 2027. Yes, every move this group makes, spot on. Spot on. Michael LaRue says, hey, good thing the Rays didn't trade Theo Gillen for Ketel Marte. Marte went AWOL for a second time in 2 years. No showed versus the Red Sox last night. Was placed on the restricted list without pay. Yeah, but you wonder if he was traded to somewhere he wanted to be, if that would happen. You know? I don't think so. But maybe. Alejandro says the MLB owners approved the sale of the Padres, and apparently breaking news, one of the Padres coaches was detained by ICE. No way. Seriously? Get your papers together, bro. Wow. Pooh Shiesty says Camden Yards is a great venue, easily top tier. That's what I've heard. Yeah, that jersey update is old news. That's what I thought. I don't keep up with that stuff, guys. So when you bring it to me, I just pass it on. I just pass it on to you. Whatever. Yeah, so I don't know about Ketel Marte. I mean, listen, it's the Diamondbacks' problem. I can tell you this. I think if he was traded, and maybe that's one of the reasons he just didn't want to get traded. He's just got some personal stuff going on. Yeah, I don't know. But would I like a better option at second base for us right now? Of course. Yeah. But hard to complain with the results. That's for damn sure. Alejandro says it is upsetting, though, because now we play them this weekend. And even though we are way ahead of them, it helps the Red Sox and Yankees to get closer. That being said, we are still first place and best record in the league. Yeah. Listen, the Rays don't need to worry about what else is going on elsewhere because they just need to take care of their own business. Just take care of your own business. It's going to be fine. That is, you watch them go on the road, win 9 in a row, and then come home and lose 3 in a row. The thing is, 2 of those games, the Saturday one I went to, easily could have won. Easily could have won. They wasted a lot of opportunities in that game, and they wasted a lot of opportunities in the Friday game they lost as well, and the Sunday game. So they had more than enough opportunities. They just didn't get the big hit at the right time, and the Orioles did. That's baseball. That's baseball. So at least it's not as if this team is playing poorly just because they lost 3 in a row. And they ran into a hot Orioles team, and they're going to get the best from everybody. They're going to get the best. So I'm not worried about this team one bit. I would like to see Peralta, get going a little bit. And I think he will. Everything else is working. It's working for us. Michael LaRue says, how did the Bucs get the Chris Braswell evaluation so wrong? His play doesn't even look like he belongs in the league, let alone justify using a second-round pick on him. Yeah, I was never thrilled with that pick. He didn't even start at Alabama. There was a couple of stats where he led the SEC in quarterback pressures. I think that was one of the stats that was out there. And when you put on the tape, you could see him kind of overpowering people and getting to the quarterback, but you just don't do that in the NFL, not at the level, not at his size. It's very rare to find someone like a Vita Vea that consistently overpower another player. So yeah, I never saw the moves. You never saw the athleticism. It was pretty evident early on that he was just not that guy. I don't know how the Bucs missed on him like that. What exactly they were looking for, because it wasn't Wasn't great. All right, let's hit one more break. We'll come back on the other side. Big O is here, and we'll chat with him
Tampa
about
Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Yo, yo, yo. We are back here, and we got a special surprise for you. Not only is Big O here, but Bill Carlson, city commissioner, just texted me and said he's going to try to pop on. We'll try to get a kind of a rundown on what's going on with the votes, if it is indeed going to be scheduled for next week, which sounds like a winner to me.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm reloading.
You are reloading.
I was having trouble, reaching in and finding my ball.
Did you find your?
I did.
Did you look at your ball?
I found my pelota.
¿Dónde está la pelota?
¿Dónde está la pelota?
La pelota. Why is it feminine? Why is the ball feminine?
That's a good point.
Should it be peloto?
No, because in Spanish, when it doesn't have a gender, I think it always ends in A.
Yeah. So. It was like a ship. You say, we refer to them as the female gender.
That's true. Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always like to hit this lady as much as I could. So
wow, we going there already?
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is.
It's not even Friday. Jesus Christ,
like
bro!
The lady is
not even the Friday show.
Just hit it.
Yeah, that's it, that lady.
Yes, buddy.
De la Pelota. So what? Bill Carlson will await him if he pops up.
Yeah, if he pops up, we got to get some thoughts.
But in the meantime, your thoughts on the Orioles series?
Man, what an incredible series. Obviously for the Orioles more so, but really when you think about it, this was a situation where you've got, and it continues on, by the way, tonight, the Jays. And we're going to talk about it on the Big O Show, so stick around after we finish this great show with JP Peterson on Fantasy Sports Tampa Bay. But you have teams that are just clawing right now, JP, because of the madness of the wild card. The Baltimore Orioles just placed themselves in the way they've been playing in the mix to try to win a spot in that wild card, and they were playing like it in this series. Nevertheless, this could have been 3 wins for the Rays and 3 losses for Baltimore. The series was that close.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that there was definitely opportunities offensively that kind of came up short. The surprising one really is Yandy had a couple of opportunities to drive in some runs. He is the master this year in all of baseball, MLB, KBO, MPB, you give it a 3-letter word, and he is hitting well over 400 with runners scoring position. Came up a little short. It's understandable.
Yeah.
But it really, the prowess came on two things. Number one, Baltimore's proficiency to be able to extend rallies and get 2-out hits. And then number two, interestingly, their pinch hitting. They lead all of baseball with over 33 RBIs from their pinch hitters.
Really?
Yeah. So it showed up in this series. Cowser and a bunch of other guys, came in, and they're using a lot of the same tactics of the Rays of trying to, mix in the others that have been working so well for us. We're going to talk about the others on our side, namely, the Blade Runner and Ryan Blade, DeLuca.
DeLuca with a big pinch hit yesterday.
Big pinch hit, big defense on both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they made some dramatic diving plays in the outfield, including
the whole series was incredibly entertaining.
It was entertaining. Like, if you love baseball, on both sides, great, captivating times, extra inning game, comebacks by the Rays.
The Saturday game.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. What an atmosphere!
Yeah, the atmosphere, it was just electric. So all series long, even in the win, was a game that was down to the wire. We're going to talk about Big Game Baker, as I'm calling him now. No disrespect to Big Game James Shields, but we got a new big game guy, and that is, you hand the ball off to Brian Baker, 35 saves now, and he really kind of went, dare I say, Mo Rivera-esque in the playoff type atmosphere, which I liked. You know why? Because there probably, hopefully, will be a situation where we're going to need him to get a 4 or 5 out save in postseason. So now he's got that confidence of going, I can do this. I can go, up and down, meaning in the game of baseball, up and down means that you throw an inning, you sit down, you come back out, because he's, been used to just going out for that 1 3-out inning or 2-out inning or 1-out inning just to close out a game. Dude, did he close out that game?
He went through the heart of the order, bro.
He went through
the
strikeout,
really hot
the strikeout of a hot Alonso.
Yep.
So listen,
Holiday, Mayo, got them all. Henderson.
Yeah. And so that was in the next inning. Yeah, but he's pitching well. Great series. I will say again that you've got several teams in the major league, in the American League, that are just scratching and clawing. 2 of them, we just saw one. We're about to see another in the Jays. So this is a team that's 7-3 and coming off a loss, but they're very talented trade deadline acquisition, and Soriano, he's going to start his 3rd game. Looked really good against Boston his last time out, 6 innings, only 4 hits. So this is a guy that and we're matching him up with one of our best with Nicky Sai Martinez.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
it'll be a good one to start off this Blue Jay series. And someone put, I haven't checked this, but someone said they've won 6 series in a row. Blue Jays?
The Blue Jays, yeah. I mean, again, listen, the grasp is, the chance is there. You've got 8 teams vying for 3 spots, and
they're all desperate.
Sans Seattle at 59 wins. Once you're this point right now in midway of August, you got to be at least at 60 wins. So there's, 8 teams that have 60 or more wins. You've got 2 teams leading the wild card, and that is the Yankees and Boston, that actually have more wins than 2 of the leading guys in the Central and the West. So the Yankees and Boston have more wins than Chicago and Houston.
Crazy.
That's how the wild American League is, and wide open. I don't see it changing. I don't see another 27-3 type of a Boston run like that. But I it's going to be exciting, and that's one thing that I will say that I've appreciated of adding the extra wild card scenario.
Adding a lot of teams in it.
So you want the buys, but you also like those 2 out of 3. Hated the 1-game deal they had several years back.
Yeah, terrible. All right, we have Bill Carlson,
yay,
City Commissioner, joining us now here on the JP Show. I believe we have him. Let's see here. Bill, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to get you on the TV here. There you are.
Hi.
Producing myself here, and I don't do this very well. So
yeah, that's what we know that.
You still there? I lost your audio.
There we go. We're back. You got me now?
Yeah, we got it 3 ways now.
All right, cool. So we kind of started the show with a little bit of breaking news. Ken Hagan texted us. I texted with you as well that it feels like the city is ready to set the vote for next week. Are we definitely there? What's the status?
Well, the time that we would set the vote would be this Thursday night. Someone needs to do it in new business. We have a CRA meeting in the morning and then a city meeting at night. So we would have to do it then. One of us needs to do it.
All right. Are you prepared to do that, sir?
Alan Clendenin has been taking the lead from the city point of view. And so I would defer and see if he does it first. We can't know what people are going to do in advance. And if he doesn't, for some reason, I can do it.
Okay. So it's going to be, and you feel like you have a positive vote that you'll put it on the agenda?
I think we can put it on the agenda. We'll see what happens. What I've been doing is pushing the county and the Rays to get the draft document out as soon as possible. And I think they're going to try to get it out tomorrow. Once they do that, I asked them, I said, put draft on every page so people know that they can give input on it. And then we'll take a few days of input, and then there'll be a final document that'll be edited after that, because I've never seen the draft document yet either. We've got to make sure that it includes all the things that we asked for.
Okay. And you've negotiated this with Ken Babby, so it's your expectation that draft will have what you negotiated with him in it, correct?
Yeah, the county has been going back and forth with them editing the document. I know the city attorneys have looked at it too. By the way, I also asked them to separate the city from the county because they're really 2 separate deals. The city's contract mostly is with the county, not with the Rays. The county's deal is with the Rays. So there are some questions that my constituents have asked that have nothing to do with the city. And so we need to make sure it's clear that that's about that's about the other issues about the county, not the city.
And if the draft is what you expect it to be, your vote will be a yes?
I think I would have no choice at that point. So the thing that people have asked me to do is to make sure that the safeguard's in there. Something like 99%, 98% of my constituents have given positive feedback. Others have given very constructive feedback. Some people who haven't read the proposal just say we hate it, but I've asked them, please go back and read it, because if you hate deals in general, this is a different one. And so I'm hoping that we'll continue to get that. There are issues in and around West Tampa. Folks there naturally have concerns. They already feel like they have a lot of traffic and impact from the other sports facilities there. And they want us to make sure that we can plan for the future with them. And so I know County Commissioner Harry Cohen is concerned and talking to them. County Commissioner Gwen Myers is talking to them. And we're trying to put as much as we can in this deal. And then whatever we're not able to accomplish, we'll continue working with them afterwards.
Bill, this is Orestes Destrade. First of all, I want to thank you for how diligent you're doing at representing, the city, the county, this whole area, because really this is a Tampa Bay dream. And like in anything, I mean, baseball's coming up on a CBA, and when it comes down to it, it was something so massive and so important to so many. It's about compromise. So I appreciate how, you diligently have worked on trying to create compromise. My question is, what's your vision and your thought of this coming together and moving forward on it? And what do you see in 3, 5, 10 years, especially as someone that wants to, lead this area in that sense?
Well, first of all, as I've told Ken Babby multiple times, I think what we tried to do over the last few weeks is build consensus. So it's not compromise, it's consensus. How do we, why is it that I propose things like including extending the East Tampa CRA? Because the more we can put in it for people across the city, the more they'll see that there's something in it for them. The original CIT, the way that passed is that it wasn't just about the Bucs and the education. It was that a whole bunch of nonprofits were included. So how do we broaden it so that West Tampa feels invested in, and South Tampa and North Tampa? How do we feel like lots of different people are included? And besides just the people that are interested in baseball, which will be a lot of people, and it'll be great to have the esprit de corps. I've already talked to some IT companies that are interested in setting up a tech headquarters in this facility because of the students that Hillsborough College is putting out. It's not just that the Hillsborough College students will be working in their restaurants and bars. They also can work at tech companies. And we have the chance to really leapfrog our economy to the next level with the combination between Hillsborough College, the Rays, and these tech companies.
Yeah, you've talked about this, and we've talked about this. This is so much more than baseball. So let me give you a little bit of platform here to talk about the other things that you're excited about that this facility, not just the ballpark, this entire facility will bring with all the mixed use in the college.
One of the best returns that we have on sports investments is the Yankees. And I'm not saying that to ruin our negotiating position, but you think about all the CEOs that come in from all over the world to see the Yankees, and it didn't cost taxpayers very much money. This development is going to have offices in it. And so unlike the Battery, which is way outside of Atlanta, this is in an urban environment. And so, and it's adjacent to a college that is training students for the next generation of jobs, not just this generation. And so now if you're a tech company, you can not only locate in a beautiful place in Tampa that has a great family-oriented lifestyle, but if you love baseball, you can get in one of those office buildings and be located adjacent to baseball. But to justify it to your shareholders, you can say you're locating next to Hillsborough College, which has the workforce that you can hire.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Florida is a tourist attraction. Obviously, Central Florida, South Florida. I'm from Miami, but I've been here for over 30 years. It's a tourist attraction. And then when I look at the Battery and what Atlanta has done, 28% of their footprint that come to the Battery are from not just outside of Atlanta. They're outside of Georgia. How do you see potentially this turning into, and how do you matriculate through that becoming a outside of the Florida kind of attraction, maybe even international, as you mentioned, businesses? What do you see with this?
Well, there's the people that will be coming in and out to games, but more importantly will be the branding. And we need to make sure that Tampa is positioned in the right way, that we position it not just to try to get people to move here, but to invest in the right way here. Mm-hmm. But I travel a lot for fun. And I just went to several countries in Asia and I saw people wearing TB hats. Really? And imagine with the way this team is winning right now with a new ballpark, that's branding Tampa Bay. If people in Tokyo and people in Dubai and Singapore and Panama are wearing TB hats, they're going to start thinking about, wow, what would it be like to invest the U.S. operations of my company there? And that's a huge opportunity for us that is not included really in the economic impact numbers. And keep in mind, by the way, this sounds boring to baseball fans, but for most of my constituents, they want the roads paved. And guess they thought it was funny in the beginning, but now we found a way to pave the roads by working with this project. And that just shows if you have honest dialogue and you talk about the interests, you can come up with a win-win-win situation. And that's what we have right now.
Wait. So I get a baseball team, a stadium near my house, and it's not going to flood on the way to the ballpark? Wow. All right.
Yeah.
We
All
can
right. Well,
fix
you
the
got
road
my
in
vote
front
for
of your
mayor.
house. We can fix the road in front of your house and not raise taxes.
Damn.
Do it.
Wow.
A police station possibly, and fire stations added
We
to
need
it.
a direct flight from Tampa to Tokyo for
Listen,
Big O, so he can bring all the Japanese CEOs back here.
No joking.
Yeah, true.
That's been fought for. Orlando, I'm sure Bill knows about this. Miami, I've had the CEO of Miami come to me and talk about helping them procure that, because that is a hotbed. And my ties to Japan over the last 35 plus years.
We can get this done.
You know what's interesting, because he just mentioned when I just spent 24 with the Cebu Lions as a special advisor for them. And the interesting thing is that so many people, when you're walking around Tokyo and Osaka, they usually are wearing 3 hats. They're wearing New York, LA, and Boston. Yeah. Those are the most popular hats, other than the Tokyo Giants and the Lions and whatnot. But Bill makes a great point as far as drawing that type of, that Orlando Disney traffic that comes from Japan as much. So this is greater than just baseball. This is,
by the way, about a month ago, Orlando started the first nonstop flight to Asia. I think from Florida
with Zip Air,
Tokyo.
Yeah.
And Zip Air, which is the secondary carrier of Japan Airlines. And people in Asia love Zip Air. And so it's a huge opportunity. I think you can get business class for $1,000 or less. So, and even less.
They're making it very attractive. They're making it very
They'll
attractive.
be flying in, looking at that stadium with the big TB on it. I think that's branding.
Yeah,
I think we call that branding.
Hey, and if we connect Orlando and downtown Tampa in the coming years, maybe with the Bright Line.
And when they drive around, our roads will be paved.
Yes.
And they won't be flooded because we found money through this to do that too.
Make that happen, buddy.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, Bill, thank you for popping on. Appreciate that. So just to reiterate, we think like Thursday night, you guys are going to set the vote for the following Thursday. And if the draft is what you expect it to be, it's a yes.
Yeah, what we need to do is any errors or changes you all see that we need to make, let us know immediately when the draft comes out, because we're not going to have much time to turn it around and make changes. But
how do they reach you best?
What'd you say?
How do they reach you best?
Oh, mine is bill.carlson@tampa.gov. And then you can also contact your county commissioners, and you can contact the Rays directly.
All right. All right, Bill, thank you so much for popping on. Appreciate that with the breaking news. All right.
See you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
Bill Carlson right there. He is the swing vote.
And
he is the swing
he's
vote.
Working it. You
He's
know what I mean?
working it.
That's the thing. As I said, my first question was compromise. I hope to goodness that this, it looks like it's going to fulfill. And then maybe MLB will take a page out of this, when they come to the CBA. That's a tougher one.
We'll get Carlson and Babby involved in the CBA.
Throw them in the CBA because if they don't compromise, then you have stoppage. Just like here, if you don't compromise, then we have technically work stoppage, and you're not sticking a shovel in the ground.
Well, as we're going to discuss on the Big O show here coming up, dude, we are here.
Yeah,
we are a week away from getting this thing done, bro.
Like a big dog.
I got to figure out how we're going to celebrate this thing, man.
We need to have a Kingmaker. We should have a celebration of this thing.
Damn right.
We really should.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
all right. VIP, become a VIP Peterman, because we could have a very a really nice event here.
Don't you think Mike Murphy would want to have? Do you think Mike Murphy would want to host that event with us?
Yes, I think.
Right
I
here?
think something's going to happen.
It's that big, man. This is
huge.
This is not just it passed. No, the meaning of this, JP. Encapsulate what the meaning of this is.
It's quite simply the biggest public works project in the history. Well, it's not public works, but the biggest public-private partnership in the history of Tampa Bay.
Maybe Florida?
No, not Florida. Not Florida. There have been big. I mean, because we got other, like Disney's doing $60 billion over there. There's other big ones, but in terms of transforming one of the major cities,
I mean, when you throw in the 8 to 10 on the heels of that's coming with the full development, the district.
To your point, most of the other ones are mostly public. They're like the Miami Airport's $14 billion.
Yes.
The Disney thing is mostly
Jacksonville's
private.
got one.
Yeah, it's mostly
out.
private. Jacksonville's doing one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's right up there if it's not the most. And more than that, it's for Tampa.
Yes.
Tampa proper and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But specifically for Tampa, it is generational, and I mean that in the largest way, because of the jobs, the 12,000 jobs, the 55 to $75 billion in impact at a time where you need that in this economy. Jobs that are not AI deleted type jobs.
Right.
I mean, that's huge for this area. The educational part of this with Hillsborough College, and people don't understand, Hillsborough College was crumbling.
Yeah.
It was crumbling. We had Dr. Ken Atwater on here, and he's so excited that this is a whole new chapter for multiple generations to come, to get this much needed education for these new jobs, whatever they're going to be.
Right.
It's just so
But they're
important
gonna be.
for the community, and just like the vast majority and all that money that's going to come in, to your point, from tourism.
Yeah.
If this trends like the Battery, and you are absolutely correct, the Battery is not, George is not a tourist spot.
No.
We have, and people don't realize this. More people come to Tampa Bay than go to Vegas every year? 45 million visitors come to Tampa Bay.
Central Florida is hot, bro.
And Orlando is 70.
Right.
So you're talking
Just
about
that quarter.
110 in the I-4 corridor. And Orlando is 70 miles away.
Yeah.
You're talking about 110 to 20 million people a year
Yeah.
coming to this area, and having a hub like this for not just baseball, it's going to be an elite concert venue. I can't stress that enough. An elite destination concert venue, which means that place is going to be packed all the time.
Yep.
I mean, there's just so many ancillary things that in all these projections that we made, and people will say, they're too much, they're not, whatever. All I know is what I've seen on the ground at the Battery, and this is going to be 2.5 times the size of the Battery.
Yeah.
And that particular building, being able to put 40 to 50,000 people inside a climate controlled area, 31,000 for baseball, but you can up it for other events in a entertainment district with a bigger stadium next door. You talk about major events like when the World Cup comes, like World Baseball, when all these big events come, because of our weather, we are going to be the premier spot to host these major events.
And the beaches.
That's
the one thing that Orlando doesn't have, and the beaches and the water.
Yeah.
And listen, I first came here, and again, I'll date myself gladly, because I'm thankful to be happy and healthy and good. At my age of 64, first came here in 1981, before you.
Yeah.
And it was a sleepy little town. Yeah. Nice. Tampa Bay. I fell in love with it because it was sleepy and still had the Spanish flavor for me, being born in Cuba, raised in Miami. So some people might think like, I remember Tampa in the 80s and it was just nice little sleepy time. Progress is progress. You have to progress.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, so the ones that are a little bit afraid of this because of like, is it going to get to it?
Those days are gone.
You can't.
1981.
You can't do
no
that.
traffic days are gone.
It was not just that. You said you can't stay. This isn't some little town. Up north. This is a major thoroughfare, like you said, of the quarter that has to continue to grow with the times strategically.
Yeah.
Businesses, tourism and development. Before those two, community, because as long as it benefits, that's why I really love that Mr. Carlson is doing creative financing, if you will, so it hits all angles, fixes roads, police, all our first responders that are so important to us that are make sure, and they've been behind this for months now.
Yeah.
The fire stations and the police officers. So let's make this happen, and we're going to celebrate it here.
We got some of the VIP and rents. Yes, go to the city council meeting next week and celebrate at Kingmakers after that. That sounds like a winner to me.
I think it does sound like a winner.
You know what? And when we do the party afterwards, we open up the studio and just go live.
Yeah.
So we'll have all you Petermans come in and we'll talk about
and get feelings of people that truly are talk about constituents. These are the constituents of Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So there's your breaking news, folks. The vote is going to be scheduled for next week. And Bill Carlson,
by the way, I loved when you asked him point blank. What did he say? He said,
how can I not?
How can I not?
It's my deal. It's my deal. So yeah. Nah, it's great stuff, man.
Good job, buddy.
I'm
Good
so
job by you.
excited
Good job by
that we just broke that story. We'll take credit for it anyway.
Yeah.
Why not? All right, folks. We got much more coming up on the Big O Show. Coming up here in just a few minutes. So tease it for me. What do we got coming up?
Listen, we're going to be talking about our big boy, Big Game Baker, talking about Blade Runner, Johnny B. Good in DeLuca.
Ooh, I love it.
And then it don't stop, bro. Here come the Jays, and they're hunting for a playoff spot. So it doesn't get any easier for the Rays. We're going to be covering all of that.
All right, coming up here in just a few minutes, about 12:30, we'll pop back on. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you then.